court of Sterling Schrock and Sheriff Paul Bailey and Prosecutor Mike Sepik that you mentioned, and let's get them under the investigatory spotlight, because there are things there that are just as bad as Ferguson.
You are absolutely correct, and it's been going on too long. It's really all across the country. It's not just Ferguson. It's not just Benton Harbor. You could talk about Wayne County. You could talk about all the other places. But the point is, we have to come together and stand up and fight together. We cannot. It doesn't make a difference whether you're black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Chinese. It don't make a difference. We have to stand together and fight this monster. We have to fight this criminal enterprise. And we can do it. And we're going to win at the end, because there's more of us than them.
We've also got this situation.
1 minute remaining.
I only got 1 minute left, Webster. Let me read
your last comments, Reverend. You get the last word.
All right, bhbanco.org. bhbanco.org. Let's stop this criminal enterprise, this lynch mob mentality that they have. Let's stand together and fight together. Let's win this battle. We're fighting a war. The point is, there's a lot of people not participating. If you can't stand by my side, you can also help financially. Whatever needs to be done, you can do it. So let's stand together, fight this battle, and win. And let's say enough is enough, so we can do the things that need to be done. Well,
Reverend, you have the number to call in. We would love to have you here every week at this time. You have the number. Call us every week. We'll put you right on.
I will call in every week. That's a promise. I'll be in every week. I'll be on your show.
Okay, wonderful. And again, congratulations. You're not quite in Surrey. You're a little closer to home, right? You can get some visitors.
That's right. Absolutely.
And your lawyer.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Attention listeners, SurvivalLife.com is giving away free EverStrike permanent matches for a limited time only. These matches are waterproof and will light in any weather condition, rain, snow, or sleet. It will still throw a spark. Its built-in ferro rod strikes at 3,000 degrees, and it is good for 15,000 strikes. Normally, $15. Today, it's free. Get yours at freesurvivallighter.com. Again, that's freesurvivallighter.com. Hurry, supplies are limited. Visit freesurvivallighter.com today.
By now, you heard about Bitcoins, but did you know that over 65,000 businesses accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co, because at bidbit.co, you can receive Bitcoin by selling your personal items or business products. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products quickly, easily, and securely at bidbit.co. That's bit.co. bidbit.co.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Here is what one doctor has to say about Extendovite.
I would like to thank you, Don, for making my job so much easier, because your products just make it so simple, right? To fool around with a lot of exotic things that don't work, we can just put them on your product and things start to work almost right away. I've had dozens of patients with heart problems who have corrected them, and what it's doing, there's so much garlic in there that has a yeast-killing effect. The yeast is a big problem in the gut, pushes the liver hard. It also has metal chelating effect, and most of the other herbs in there I find that strengthen the arteries. They help to neutralize free radicals. Your remedy close to what we do in our program as you can get as far as one supplement goes. It's working on the gut, it's working on the liver, it's working on the arteries. What more can you ask for?
To get your Extendovite, call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GC.
Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Webster, Tarpley here in Washington, D.C. Now, we've just heard from Reverend Edward Pinkney at the Lakeland Men's Correctional Facility in Coldwater, Michigan. That doesn't sound very good, but that's better than being up there in Siberia on the southern shore of Lake Superior with 36 below one evening not so long ago. But now we're going to go to two important guests, right? First of all, Daniela Walls, the chairwoman of the Tax Wall Street Party, and Gregory Edwards, who is covering for us the event going on in Washington, D.C., the conference of the American Federation of Labor Congress of Industrial Organizations, the ALCIO. So let's have Daniela come on and set the stage, and then we'll go to Greg at the AFL-CIO.
Good afternoon, Webster. At this moment, the Tax Wall Street Party is on the ground intervening here at the AFL-CIO. Gregory Edwards, our trade union leader, party member, is at this exclusive AFL-CIO conference in D.C., and he is realizing that it's going to take the Tax Wall Street Party to lead these unions out of the woods. Greg is the guy who exposed Iglesias in New York, and he is now on the ground in Washington. I think we should turn to Gregory. Gregory,
absolutely. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you, Daniela. Thank you. I am here at the AFL-CIO 25th Anniversary Organizers Institute. We are here at the Capitol Hilton in Washington, D.C., and the big theme here is to dream big. This is a term, unfortunately, we know too much about. This is a similar theme from the Iglesias event. Lots of dreams, not too many demands.
Sueños.
Yeah, much sueños, not too much demand, though. There was a keynote address by Richard Trumka, the president of AFL-CIO. He focused on the fact that the country was moving in a left direction. He wanted to increase the minimum wage to $15. 12 million immigrants he wanted to legalize, but did not mention the connection of bringing them into the unions and that we're going to need these people for 30 million jobs in the United States. They focused their economics on what they call common sense economics. They were very vague on what this actually is. I did some quick research. It's by a Dr. Jacob Hacker, I believe from Princeton. And he calls it prosperity economics. It's very similar to what the United Front Against Austerity is pushing and what we believe in, but it does not have a system to develop the funds needed. It focuses on infrastructure, but does not talk about nationalizing the Fed. 1% tax on Wall Street. This is not mentioned at all. So we're getting a lot of dreams, not too many demands. We did break up into groups
the
after this work.
AFL-CIO, on paper, they support a Wall Street sales tax, even though it's very small. So if I get it right, they're saying they want infrastructure, but they're not telling us who pays, that Wall Street has to pay and the Federal Reserve has to pay.
Correct. And the general tone of the people that are at this event are a lot of people that are just starting out here. They're trying to understand how to get organized. This would have been a good opportunity to explain in depth some of these policies of how they were going to achieve, common sense economics, what the point of legalizing the 12 million immigrants is. And these are things that the Tax Wall Street Party and the United Front Against Austerity are talking about. And we have a plan for this. So a lot of people here, we were broke up into the groups and we went into discussion sessions. And I took the time to inject our points, our call for a 15% protective tariff.
Great.
30 million jobs, infrastructure investment, science drivers, and a lot of people they were more focused on the fact that they did some great union organizing, but they could not really relate to how like a protective tariff helps the American worker and why this is so important for them to be pushing for.
They need to get educated. We need to provide that education and leadership.
Yeah, and the AFL-CIO was not taking the opportunity to do this, and they seem to kind of want to just have the upper echelon in this group handle that part of it, and just let the rank and file take them out off into the woods and leave them somewhere, and then that's it.
But look, we just had today another big step. The Wisconsin legislature has at least partially passed the union busting law, the so-called right to work, in reality, fascist union busting. Is there a fighting mood? Because this is the thing. The AFL-CIO has to see you can't use traditional trade union methods against an onslaught like the Koch brothers and Governor Walker, right? You're going to have to do something more. You're going to have to go for a mass strike. Do they understand it?
Amid the people that I spoke to in the discussions that were going through in this convention, that they do not, and that the problem they are having is that they didn't even mention Scott Walker. I mean, to have this event and not even mention right to work.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Our
they actually highlighted
field now beating back these reactionaries, and we're beating back Walker and the union busters. So they didn't even bring it up. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're doing a very poor job of conveying to the constituents what right to work is. A lot of them didn't know. I was explaining them how this works and why this is bad for them. Also, Richard Trumka highlighted that things are getting better. There was a tone of we are having all these successes, and amid the recent news you just gave us, Webster, about how another state going into right to work possibly, this is certainly not getting better.
So they're not planning a counterattack, a counter campaign the way we are?
No, absolutely not. They do not have the organization to attack those kind of plans. There's a lot of platitudes being talked about, thrown around, but the actual meat and potatoes that you need to do to get these kind of things done is not being mentioned. Also, there's been a big focus.
I'm wondering, when you come in there with that 15% protective tariff, you'd think that would be viewed as a godsend, right? To block the runaway shop and all the rest of it. But they don't have any protectionist demands, do they?
They don't, and it was difficult to get this across because the people had such a basic knowledge of how this could help them. I spent half the time explaining to them what this does for them as far as stopping the runaway shop and ending the free trade and how this was connected to the Confederate States. And, I would need another hour to get to them to explain to them why they need a 15% protective tariff. This is things that the AFL-CIO should be making number one priority.
And Greg, just to get it straight, you actually gave a workshop, am I right?
Not yet, no. Not yet, Webster. That comes in the next couple days.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking for that. Hopefully tomorrow. Okay.
But any ability to get some reality injected in there is going to be vital. All right.
That is the one positive. One positive here is that it's called an unconference, and we can hopefully get our own workshop going before the end of the event.
This is why we need more people to join the Tax Wall Street Party, because we're leading. Yeah, I mean,
why don't you motivate that, Daniela? Go ahead.
Well, you and I, Webster, are putting out this morning brief every morning now, 1 to 2 page brief, and for Tax Wall Street Party dues paying members. So if you want to have it, then start helping the party grow by paying $20 a month. You can do this at taxwallstreetparty.org. In the top right corner, there's a button that says PayPal. Hit the PayPal button and enter $20. Then before you press send, there is an option that will say recurring monthly. If you want to be a party member, then also write to me at taxwallstreetparty@gmail.com. And in the subject line, in all caps, write, I want to join.